You punch holes through the feet. You attach 2 long strings, 1 to each foot, and you bring them through the mouth. Then, number 3, you put his right foot in, you put his right foot out. You put his right foot in, you shake it all about, and then you repeat with left foot. And I've seen these up in people's offices. They actually did it. They cut it out and put the strings through, and it works pretty well.
Okay, all right, good. I like that sort of thing. That simplistic kind of thing. I go for that. I go for that.
So it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
It's a funny magazine.
How many issues are you planning on putting out?
Well, this year 4, quarterly, May, August, November, and February of '92. And then after that, we're hoping to go to bi-monthly, but I don't know yet if we'll be able to do it that quickly.
Okay. What's in the way? Advertisers?
Well, it just takes some doing, getting everything, pulling everything together, finding the right people, you know, getting, deciding on whether we're going to be able to keep that much advertising revenue coming in, and then, if we can, then finding a place to locate. Right now, we're just running it out of my home. I have the top. The 2 bedrooms and the upper floor are made into studios.
I've seen it.
Yeah, and I've got a...
You've been carpeting on the floor, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, couldn't resist the opportunity.
Got the computer and the desktop publishing system and the laser printer, and we're set to go. We're also set to start working on animation for a cable show.
Wonderful.
So, which we'll have to introduce here.
Oh, I'd love to.
In fact, I've got one of you.
Oh, okay. Marvelous. Hey, my vanity is easily fed. Go ahead, lay it on me.
Anybody know where I can get a copy of Lawrence Welk's intro music?
Oh, boy. That's a good question.
Anyway, I need that. So.
Well, I'll see what I can look around find it. I know what you mean, but I don't know if I've got a copy or not.
Anyway, that would be perfect background music for this animation I did of you.
Okay, all right.
That's a clue.
Thanks a lot. I can already see it coming down on me already. To compare me to Lawrence Welk, a 1 and a 2 and a 3.
It's just the music. That's just,
just the music is good.
Just for this particular cartoon.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
what's that fellow used to do with the bubbles? Was that Lawrence Welk who did the bubble thing? Oh yeah, that's the guy. I like that bubble thing. Well, what are you doing beside Minnehaha?
Still teaching cartooning to kids in grade schools mostly, but also in high schools, and I speak to college classes now and then. I just went down to Metro State the other day, and most of those are done through the State Arts Board, the Minnesota State Arts Board.
Yeah, you mean they gave you some money, huh?
Yeah, they offer a grant to schools where they pay half of the cost of the residency. And the school applies to them. You can also get me, though, through different means. I mean, some schools will have a fund through their PTA or whatever, and they will have, or what they always call them PTOs now. There's a school where it was a PTO. Do you have a PTA at your school or a PTO?
We have a PTA. PTO,
okay.
A parent-teachers organization instead of parent-teachers association?
Yeah.
Might be.
I thought, when I first heard that, I thought I'd go down there and they'd all be running around with little Arab towels on their...
I think they missed that one. Went right by them. Never mind. No, the thing is, of course, that if you're going to put one together, it doesn't take a lot of time.
The residencies?
No. I'm going back to the...
Going back to the magazine.
Magazine. I'm going back to Minnehaha.
And now you see why I do the Lawrence Welk comparison.
Yeah.
Get a little Geritol there for the...
Oh, why not?
I'll bring some next time. We can share it.
Okay, fine. How much of this do you do your own drawing?
In the Minnehaha? Well, I'll do at least a couple of things in each issue at first, and then later on, hopefully, I'll be able to do more. I know people seem to want me to do more for this. Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
I think what I will promise in the future is to do some of the cartoons in Minnehaha that my editor at City Pages didn't want to use.
Why not?
Well,
they're yours to do what you want with them, I presume, if somebody rejects them.
People might enjoy that because those are the really good ones.
The one that you can't print in the newspaper?
Right,
is that what you're saying to me in polite terms?
Exactly.
Okay, well, Pete, seriously, where do you get the ideas from? You sit down, I'm going to do a cartoon today on whatever. We're going to do a cartoon on Saddam Hussein. Okay, where do I go from here?
Well, in editorial cartooning, you're doing cartoons about things that are happening in the news. And it's funny, I did one on Saddam Hussein who showed 4 panels, and it showed him saying, first of all, let's see, what was it now? I never intended to stay in Kuwait, much less to fight to keep it. Then the second panel he's saying, and it never in my wildest dreams had I had any intention of throwing missiles at Israel. And the third one he's saying, and I was all ready to give up, swear off for life, raping and torturing and invading countries.
Raping, looting, burning, destroying.
Yeah. But, and then he's got a big, sinister smile on his face, and he's saying, but now that I see that there are anti-war protests in America, I know George Bush will be leaving here any second. So the caption was, why we must all support our president.
My.
So it was very sarcastic.
I realize that.
But the funny thing is, a lot of people, the dumb people, thought I was agreeing with them. And it was kind of funny because I got a couple of calls from people who knew me who said, the guy from the Walker Art Center called and said, Pete, what happened to you? Like he didn't see the satire, the sarcasm in it. And of course, the thing was...
if you got to explain the punchline to somebody, you're in tough shape, right?
Yeah. I just draw them. I don't explain them.
Okay. You also are, give me a phone number so all kind of people can just...
call me and rag on me.
A new date you with phone calls. Give me a phone call. Give me a phone message. A phone number.
Phone number is 729-7687.
729...
7687.
7687. All those sevens
in there.
It's on the screen.
Right.
Hey.
Right here.
Yeah. Right. Now, you think you're not going to get away without doing something artistic.
One more thing, though.
All right.
You asked me what I'm doing. The other thing that I do a lot of is caricaturing at parties.
Oh, really? You know, I was going to ask you about that.
I think we ought to do. We ought to do a quick one here, an update, because I don't think I've drawn you in a while.
All right. Update me.
Let's see if we
do I look stern? Do I look what? Whatever. What do I do to look caricaturish?
No, just grin foolishly.
Oh, that nose. It's me. It's me.
And these are doing a lot of bar mitzvahs.
Are we getting in on this? Come on, we got to get a camera on this thing so you can see what he's doing, people. Bar mitzvahs.
Yeah.
Jeez.
A lot of corporate events.
Oh, okay, that's good. Bar mitzvahs, corporate events, what else? Private parties?
Birthday parties, private parties.
Fine.
Oh, gee, this is a good one.
Oh, that's a goodie one, boy. This looks just like me.
You're going to get mad at me.
Hey, Pete.
Of course, I've known...
That'll be a cold day I get mad at you.
I've known Russ for 13 years now, so I can do this to him. But if I come to a party, I'm very nice.
Oh, yeah. You have been. You've been at a party of mine. You were very nice. Of course, Diane was with you, and she sort of kept you under control.
Yeah, that's another thing. My wife does these with me.
Yeah, right.
She does these, too.
Yeah, right. And she's very talented. I hate to say, she's talented, too.
She's very talented. She has her own following. Whenever we go to a party, we get some people who come over to my line, and other people go to hers. Let's do a little... One thing I'm doing that I didn't used to do is color.
Oh, you're coloring now.
And,
let's keep the camera on this. I don't want to lose all this ego trip here now.
As you can see, I'm very fast, which is an asset when you're doing a party.
Oh, when you're doing a party, you've got to do it fast.
If you're at a fair or something and you're set up, well, then you don't need to be as fast. Then people like to be pampered and they like to sit there and
oh, well, of course.
Have
ego.
Fuss over them.
Yeah, right.
But at a party, it's much better to go quickly.
Yes.
And I am known as Robert T. Smith called me the fastest drawer in the Midwest.
Hey, flattery. From him, that's flattery. Okay. Now,
I think if you widen out, you get a much better idea of what the whole thing looks like here.
Oh yeah, let's don't move. We had them. There.
Yeah,
good.
That's kind of cutting off too much of it.
Don't move.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to.
Oh, you're trying to do this.
Widen out a little.
Okay, back off a little. That's it. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. Stop. Okay. Now let's try somebody else. My vanity has been fulfilled.
Oh, do another caricature?
Yeah, do a political character
All
of
right,
some
let's
kind.
do,
You know, you can do
obvious.
George, or you can do Dan, or you can do Saddam, or do anybody you want.
We'll do Saddam.
Saddam.
I like how George Bush said.
I love that. I love Saddam.
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 Saddam Hussein.
Boy, look at that. Well, where's his mustache?
We'll get there.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get that. Ooh, do you make him look bad? Ooh, you know, those eyebrows are really very good. You make him look very, oh, little bias and prejudice there. Yes, indeed. Indeed. Now, how long have you been doing this thing?
Saddam, or?
No, cartooning.
About 2 or 3 minutes now we've been doing this.
I mean, in your life, remember, in your life?
Here we go.
That's very good. Not bad for an amateur.
Thank you, thank you. So, okay.
Well, what are your plans besides?
I've been doing cartooning since I was 4 years old, actually.
Have you really?
Yep, yeah. My first grade report card said, Peter is a talented little artist who reveals a clever sense of humor in his artwork.
Who that teacher was, he or she really knew you.
Perceptive, yeah.
Yeah, very, very perceptive.
Yeah. Or else maybe she made me become a cartoonist, I don't know.
Well, okay, I know you went to college.
But when I first went into kindergarten, I was very shy, and I was terrified just of the whole situation. I didn't have any older brothers or sisters. I didn't know what the heck this was.
Crowd.
You know, yeah, where am I? What?
Yeah, what's going on?
What's going on? Who ordered the veal cutlet? You know, and
who's his big brother over here?
my mom left. My sister, you know, and I finally broke the ice after about 3 days of having temper tantrums. I remember clearly laying in the doorway, I want to go home, screaming
Peter,
and
not you,
turning red and crying for hours at a time. Then finally, the third day, I finally calmed down and I did a drawing and showed it to the teacher, and she said, "That's great." And that was my way of communicating, was to do a drawing, you know, to draw pictures. And it was, that was kind of where it all started, really.
You know, Peter, I've never seen you get angry. You've been intense, but I've never seen you get angry. Yeah. I mean, you really get involved with it, but it's not anger.
You haven't seen me since I started driving.
Hey, join the great group of humanity.
See, that's what did it. All those years I didn't drive a car. And
that's it right there.
Yeah.
That softened you down, and that can do it. I can think of several things that happen by driving. That does change one's psyche about the world.
Sure does, especially if you're in a little Isuzu, you know.
Yeah, a little Isuzu driving out, and the cars come and try to squeeze you out. Although I'll tell you, the time I was most concerned, I was driving in Amsterdam. I've never seen so many.
And you were on the wrong side of the road.
Oh, it was cars? I mean, not bicycles. Bicycles, just by the thousands. I mean, I was afraid to drive. They were in front of me, back of me, all over. Oh,
really?
There were more bicycles than I've ever seen in my life.
So they slowed you down, no?
Oh, yeah, I was so afraid. I thought, oh, I'll hit one of them for sure.
Yeah, sure. I could just see Russ there. 200 points.
Old lady, gray hair, get 200 points for her.
600 points. Yeah.
No, well, I'm glad you turned out to be the dynamic fellow you were after being so suppressed when you were a kindergartner.
Well, I still basically am not usually that verbal with most people. You know?
Oh, good. I'm glad you're verbal with me then.
Yeah. We have time here, you know, so I don't worry about it.
Sure.
If I get onto a TV show, I've got 3 minutes to talk, I'm like
blah, 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 blah. No, but the thing is, what really put you on that? I mean, you know, everyone has artistic ability of some nature. You've got great artistic ability. What made you become a true professional?
Do it for a living?
Do it for a living.
I just stumbled into it in high school. I was, of course I wasn't getting paid yet, but that's when I started really doing it. But in college, that's where I started getting paid. When I was 17, I did a caricature of a congressman. I grew up in Milwaukee, and that was Milwaukee congressman. And a friend of mine insisted that I should take it to the school paper and say, nah. I said, take it to the college paper, take it to the college paper. So finally I broke down, took it in. The editors took a look at it and said, this is great. Can you do 3 of these a week? We'll pay you.
Oh, well, that did it.
That was it.
Whoop, that did it right there. Can you pay me? Pay me. You said the right number. Yeah.
So that's how I got into it. Now I do a combination of the political cartoon, the teaching, the caricaturing, and now the magazine, which I'm sure won't be that profitable
Mini
at
ha-ha.
first.
I'll keep saying mini ha-ha.
And by the way, we were the original ha for people who have ha on cable.
Yeah, right.
It was our idea. We did it 10 years ago. 10 years ago, we had stationery and cards that said ha. And I put out thousands of those business cards, and it's an interesting coincidence that happened to resurface in another form.
Get a lawyer already. What are you sitting around here for? Go on, get a lawyer and do it.
Didn't register the trademark,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
That's it. I know, I understand, Pete. Now, Pete Wagner is a very fine artist, and I hope that you remember his little magazine called Mini Ha-Ha.
Big magazine, 22,000 circulation.
Big magazine, Mini Ha-Ha. Because underneath this very unusual exterior beats a heart of gold. You can fool you, you can't fool me, baby. I know you. You're underneath there, you. I like that. That's good. Here, hold this up.
There you go.
Mini Ha-Ha. Mini Ha-Ha. When you see one, pick it up.
Thank
Great.
you.
Great. Terrific. If I can find some way to push it, I will. If I can, but I don't know if I can. Yeah.
Let's see if we get any effect from that.
Yeah. Well, sometime you're going to have to do a show with me.
We should give this to
Oh, yes, I'll take it
Sean
with me.
probably too. I didn't put
Okay,
one of these.
I want you to do, okay. We've been out for a little while. Yeah.
That one I'd like to get a copy of.
I want you to do a show just on cartooning. Verstehe?
You know, well, that's why I'm taking this course, because I have to do some shooting in my studio for that. Mm-hmm. Or would you want to do that? Do you want to do?
Whenever. I'm available.
Just
whenever. You know I'm available.
What we should do. Well, I've been working on a script, and maybe what we should do is you could shoot some of the scenes where. Do you have access to an SVHS camera here? Mm-hmm. Super VHS? Because I have a deck. You wouldn't even need a deck. You could just do it on my deck.
What's wrong with the cameras we have?
No, the deck, the recording deck.
Oh, recording deck. Oh, I misunderstand.
I just mean I have one in my studio.
Oh, so, you have one in your studio?
So we could use that right there.
Okay, all right.
It's brand new. You know,
all right.
So.
Although I tell you one thing, we can bring a crew out if you want it.
Yeah.
Sure. You want to we'll come out to your place and shoot?
We should do a caricature. Well, of course. One thing I'm planning is to do some promotions for the magazine, including a party. Twin Cities' most caricaturable face party. And a contest. That would be a great one to cover.
Okay.
Although that's one.
Did you want to do some
storyboards?
Storyboards? How about we can maybe in the next couple of weeks, if you want to go out, we can do some 30-second promos. We'll just promo your show, but no one's going to be promoting Mini Ha-Ha. I mean, do you understand? Mm-hmm. That way we get a lot of subscriptions. So we promote your show by making you go 30 seconds.
The only problem is
John Turnquist, thank you very much. I always appreciate people who are working people.
they wouldn't let you zoom out on my caricatures.
Oh, well, he wanted me to zoom in.
I can tell, but you can't get the effect of the thing unless you see the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I see.
I kept trying to.
Well, next time we'll talk to them about it.
Yeah, I have to remember that next time.
next time.
Talk to
Please do.
the director and
Yeah.
get him.
Well, you know,
They have a tendency to do what they want to do.
yeah, it helps if you've got a preference, if you've done anything like this before. Let them know ahead of time. They just have an own.
I assume they
That was a nice one to get again on the spot.
What was that? And Oswald, did they